Hi, this is Tariq here again from stockoptionexpert.com today. Going to go through some of the open interest volume accumulation, how we use this technique to predict big move towards the strike rate here. One of them is Facebook. If you follow me on Twitter or stock tweets, I have been repeating this one. Facebook, our early alert came at here, right? At 20-day moving average around this level here for our members here. And we told them clearly that Facebook, there is calls sitting in the open interest volume. If you look at it for open interest, this is total accumulation in 110 strike. Last I have seen 144,000 calls were sitting, so this move has came here now. It's time for them to lock profits from this 106 to 111 level. It got up last 4 5 days straight up, so it's nearing heavy resistance zone here around 114 or so. Maybe can pull back easily. Also, you have to, there is a little possibility here. Facebook, is it developing a head and shoulder here? It looks like a left shoulder and right shoulder. You have to keep an eye. Also, this is another resistance zone here for Facebook, this trend resistance, so you have to be careful how you play from here. But this was a nice mover for few of our folks. One of our members, in fact, he was playing weekly and he ended up making 400% from this like whole move here. So this played out to be a big. I kept an eye on all open interest and how they accumulated, and on almost 144,000 calls are sitting, and huge move from 106 to 111. FedEx big mover. If you follow me, I know I have many followers, and you check out my posts and everything. This is what this stock was making a base here, double bottom bullish pattern. You have to look all these things here, and it almost looked like an inverse head and shoulder here. If you look at it, look at this thing, also cup and handle. Look at this cup and handle here. So this is a massive move, almost $10 move from the support zone here. Some of you follow me on my website. This is my website auctions volume page here. If you look at it, I updated this on April 14th. Look at it. You had it here on April 14th. I said FedEx, they got so aggressive that they were holding March calls, 145, 5,000, almost 4,500 calls they bought at 125 right before earnings, right before this gap here. They bought on, I believe, on 14th here, and then this massive move came, and some of these calls went as high as 400-500% for some of the people who have held during the earnings season. So this is another massive one. Sometimes options volume changes. Let's say one of them INTC. A lot of times you keep put volume and this thing keeps going up. It doesn't even make sense. It's not like some people will come and tell you they're picking all winners. No, we don't always pick all winners. It's our target is to hit 75% of the rate and keep the losers to 20-25%. If we are consistent, because we follow more than one thing, so we follow open interest accumulation, overall market, where index ETFs are going, where monthly seasonal strength are, and all those things. This is what helps us to get there. INTC, I see a big foot volume here, right on this day here. And then these things moved up, although does not mean that it will keep going up. It will hit heavy resistance. It is already nearing resistance zone here or here, and I'm sure this will develop almost like a head and shoulder pattern, and it can come down if market is weak in coming days. So keeping close eye on this. Another one, massive CMG. This is Chipotle. This is just got toasted here. I kept repeating here. If you are any, I just want to show you. I think this trade I posted it a long time ago. One of the way of knowing is if the volume is sitting in the open interest, and that's how you can make sure. Look at this. This is just massive. If you, this is just massive. This is from my website. Just want to show you. They did, this is on February 24th here, and this thing just took a dive. Even last 2 days, it got downgraded and all negative news of their food and restaurant. So it got so ugly. It's down $30 in just last 2 days. This is when someone put 1.8 million bet and they add, let's say, 1,300 puts bought at $14. It's a massive one. They will make sure they make money of it. Nobody likes to, because someone dumped their stocks here. This is why this stock, they took a bearish bet through the put options, and massively it just got toasted in last 2 days. I have multiple posts here, and massive, it broke 50-day, and it's so ugly. It can come down to here 450 or even here 442. This is bad for Chipotle, and almost saw this coming. If you followed, you took advantage of my analysis and post. This is from a premium post. Look, this, remember, you want to check what we post for our members. It did not go to the public until this is when on 9/37 17 March. So you want to check 17 March, 16 17 March at 9:47. Okay, I want to show you on a 30 minutes chart. March 17, 9 something. It was here in this candle. This is what I said, 500 505 resistance developing for our members. Look at this. Look, hitting resistance zone, repeated yesterday too. This I have posted yesterday. In fact, yesterday means on 16th. So on 17, I'm telling them hitting the 505, repeated yesterday to at 494. So on even on 17, I'm telling them this thing is on. Even after 17, this took another. It took another $15 down yesterday, and massively it fell off from here. So the put options have gone up 300-400% on this one. So yeah, keeping an eye on that one. There is another interesting one I'm looking at. Mo got downgraded, you see, and if you see, it got downgraded by a firm. And we saw calls volume here. On this day, we saw call volume on 17th. It's on my public post too, and on to our premier folks to pick some calls. And nicely, it's up last 2 days. But again, this trend line is developing. You have to keep an eye. It has to keep above 50-day moving average to push higher. Otherwise, it can just chop around. Initially, this was the zone where we started to see unusual calls coming, and they were in the open interest. Initially we saw calls here back in this day, back in February 11th, and this thing went up and went sideways. Still it's on an uptrend and double bottom here, multiple bottom here. So you have to keep an eye, see, and I will keep an eye on open interest and volume accumulation. TLT, I want to, there was a post for our folks here. It's holding here. Check this TLT at an TLT. This is bond, which is 10-day moving average support. If it holds, can be bearish for SPY. Watch. So 10-day it held. I had this post, I believe, on 17th. So this is here we had, and this moved nicely. You see 128. It is at 129. If it can hold this, there is a channel resistance here though. You have to keep an eye. Once it's broken, it's bad for market. If it breaks this channel resistance here, as soon as it can hold 20-day and above, this will get ugly for SPY and everything. SPY, if you look at a SPY is getting extended. Here I believe we are getting extended. There is big room for pullback. It can come down to 202 or 200. This is what I'm watching for. I'm not for next week or so. I'll be a bit cautious here, as it is really super extended. Look at this move. It took in almost like 2 weeks or and bit more, I believe. It cannot go straight up. Market gets overbought and then it corrects and it pulls back. Nothing goes straight up. So congratulations for the bulls. I did not catch this one, to be honest, to the upside, but I did play individual names for our folks, Facebook, Micron, and also there is another one, big calls we saw. EMR massive move here. We saw calls hit right at open for this big candle here. This went up on as they added calls volume. I believe I had a post for our members here. Yeah, EMR here, big call flow. March 17, look at what time, it 9:52 a.m. The move came and massive move. This can push higher above 50, above this zone here, above 55.25. This will, there is more room to go up if the calls are holding, and this can push to new high. So keeping an eye on overall market condition and everything. Also QQQ, this is at resistance, strong resistance 107.85. So I see I can pull back easily, can test 106. Keeping close eye next few days. Also IWM, this acted pretty strong, although it's holding 100-day. So let's see what bull does. I hope it doesn't, it can again, even if it bounces up again, resistance here. So let's see how the small cap does next few days. For me, SPY is the main one. I do follow it every day for overall market direction. SPXCC massive move, just non-stop. So keep an eye on this line here, like this thing. We can pull back a bit next week or following week. I can see this pulling back. Also VXX holding support here. This is a horizontal support here. If you look at it, we took small calls here. Let's see how it plays out. It did intraday, it did got a nice bounce, but we want to keep an eye. My target by May we can trace 22. This can get, obviously this can get a bounce. It's a caution of one. So also VIX 2 VIX oversold, which is not good. Uh, VIX oversold, and this is getting extreme condition. And let's see how it plays out from here. And so, thank you very much. Please share.